Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tales on Tap, a place where good friends get together and share stories about elvish groves, picking fights that you probably shouldn't do, and people looking in wells. I hope that you're all well. Thank you so much for joining us again this week. We're going to kick off another episode of The Fallen. We're up to episode 11 of the adventure so far. So much has happened thus far, and so much is yet to come. But before we get into tonight's session, there are a few announcements that we need to get through. As always, we are sponsored by Valkyrie RPG. If you're in the market for some really cool D&D like math rocks and other D&D apparatus, then head over to valkyrie-rpg.co.uk, have a look around, pick up some amazing quality gear, and at checkout enter Tales 10. Oh, what's happened?
What's happened to the music?
Oh, I know what happened on thing. Anyway, enter Tales 10 at checkout to get 10% off store-wide. That's valkyrie-rpg.co.uk with the code Tales10. Head over, spend lots of your hard-earned monies, and pick up some really cool dice. Also, on the back of that, if you haven't already checked it out on Thursday, we went live with our Spelljammer campaign.
Yeah, boy.
Woo woo! It was really cool, really fun. That is now live over on YouTube. So if you missed it last week, head over to YouTube onto the Tales on Tap site. If you haven't already, click subscribe. I mean, what are you doing? Hit notification bell as well. And not only is the last orders up at the moment, we've got last week's episode of Spelljammer as well as last week's The Fallen. They're all up on our YouTube site, so make sure you head over there and check that out. Also, if you haven't already, head over to our other social media accounts, hit follow on all them to make sure you're up to date with all the latest Tales on Tap things. And as always, if you didn't know already and you're an Amazon Prime user, you can, using the desktop, you can link it to your Twitch account to get a free subscription each month. And what better way to spend Jeff Bezos' money than to hit the subscribe button on Tales on Tap? So, also, another little announcement, something that I've been kind of thinking about over the last few weeks. I want to get you guys at home involved as much as I can with the world that I'm creating. And to do that, I want you guys to help me create an NPC. Now, I want to know race, I want to know class, job, where they're from in the world, all that sort of thing. So if you haven't already, in the About Us below is a link to our Discord group. Head over there, hit that link, join our Discord for one, and then put some comments in there.
Subscriber only Discord, just as a disclosure if you can't.
If you can't subscribe, I'm opening it up to everyone. We need to bring the community together.
Who cares?
So, head over to Discord. You'll see on there, on the Discord, he says by clicking it in a mass panic because he needs to make sure he gives you the right information. There is a build an NPC comment section. Head in there, put your thoughts. I want to know race, build, class. Just give me some inspiration, and let's, as a community, build an NPC to bring into this world to cause chaos for these guys around the table. But enough from me. Let's go and say hello to everybody.
Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Just letting you know, chat, if you make him too friendly or them too friendly or too nice, I might just have to kill them.
Yeah, well, we do run that risk. Unfortunately, Chris is unable to join us this evening, so Clovis will not be taking part in flesh today, but I will do my very best to put on my best Clovis impression and play Clovis as best as we can during tonight's episode. He will be back with us next week. He's just away for the week enjoying himself with his friends. How nice it must be. So, if also, last little announcement, there's been a few tonight, but if you guys play D&D, you're part of a D&D group already, and you want some artwork done for your character or characters around the table, then by all means, send a message through to us. We have 2 resident artists in our group. Also, Dan can give it a go. He's very good at stick figures if you want to keep it to a tight budget. But if you want some artwork doing, send us a message in Discord or social media. Head over to any of our platforms, send us a message, and we'll try and get you in touch with either Natalie, Hannah, or again, Dan, if you want a stick figure. Ace, I think that about wraps it up. Have I forgotten anything?
I don't think so.
I think that went smoother than most weeks.
You did pretty well.
Yeah, you're doing better. You're doing
Really
better.
good.
You're getting there.
What can I say? It's like I'm born for this. Right.
All right.
I know. We'll stop. So,
You're the second best DM now.
Yeah.
why don't we
never
sit
liked Mike
back?
anyway.
Why don't we sit back, get ourselves comfortable? If you haven't already, quickly run, get yourselves a quick drink as we get into tonight's episode of Tales on Tap.
Let's go.
There's 5 seconds, I think. And you're on.
Need a second. What the fuck is my notes?
My gosh.
Oh, dude, you can't do this last minute to me.
It's not last minute. We knew you were doing it a week ago.
Someone point me to the bloody thing.
Session journal.
It's
Aha, we
instant
go. Got it. Right, sorry, I apologise.
Tune in next week for more professionalism and and go.
Go.
This is a short one. After our meeting at the Great Tree and talking to Killian, we decided not to leave the grove today. Instead, we're going to see Naya and the blacksmith. We tried to talk him into giving us an owl, but it doesn't seem like he likes our flying ability, which I think is hilarious. He says he's going to put on some sort of gathering, which I offer entertainment, of course. We talk about splitting up. Clovis says he wants to kill some birds. I laugh that off, and we decide to stick together. We head over to Naya, who lives in this fantastic home surrounded by mushrooms. Brings back some memories, I have to say. Azrael and Michael have some sort of heart-to-heart along the way. Naya is this cute, young elf girl. Ash and Naya talk about herbs and plants and the whatnot. It seems that they need a plant to help with the blight, but for the life of me, I can't remember the name. I was too busy giggling with Clovis about Ethel's ass. But it's in the book that Ash owns, so that will help us. We agreed to get as much of the plant as possible. In return, she gives us a box that will help Ash and Clovis with their alchemy. She also takes a look at the last of Clovis's bountiful brew to see if he could possibly replicate it. He seems quite happy to get rid of it, to be fair. She does this weird thing with Jove's blood. She doesn't seem to know too much about his magic, but as they all leave, I don't think Ash really realised I was still there. She asked Naya about her blood, and turns out she's not actually a half-elf. Well, not entirely half-elf, but that was a bit awkward. We made our way to the blacksmith, and I decided to stay outside with Ash, as these things are tiny. They meet Elle, who's apparently lost his brother, Vis, a ranger. We agree to find him, as I think they lost him around the mine that we're going to anyway, so I mean, might as well look out for him. I put my foot in it majorly while talking to Ash as she starts to open up about her parents. I mean, there's nothing new there. But she scoops me up, and bless that woman. We decide to check out the Glen and all go our separate ways. I stick with Clovis, though, as we have a plan up our sleeve for tonight's entertainment. And we discover a well that has interlocking waterways, which is odd but pretty. Apparently, Ash is having some sort of epic showdown. That is it. I apologise for the ridiculousness of that recap.
Oh, should we just take a minute just to bask on that?
All of that. I think we got all the main points.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the right order.
Very good. A few little bits. Obviously, during that time, Azrael and Michael set off on their own. Azrael was trying to obviously show Michael the owlery where they met up with Killian, who advised them that at this point they were unable to let any of the owls go, given that the owls that are part of the Kirikator are precious to them, and given that the mating grounds around Mithranor are currently infected by the blight, they wouldn't risk any more owls. As well as that, Jove set off on his own, just kind of searching around the glen to see if there was anybody that he could get some ingredients for cooking from. Managed to stumble across a kind of a store, not a shop of sorts, but kind of like a food store. The individual there said that he was unable to sell anything, but if there was anything he was able to give Jove at that point for one meal, he's more than happily give what he can. So Jove managed to get himself some nice, allotment of vegetables and salad bits. There's no meat, unfortunately. A lot of the Kirikator are vegetarian. But such as it is, he got what he needed. Unfortunately, I was not privy to the plans that Clovis and Feathers made, as were the rest of you. Nobody is privy to that. So, where we pick up tonight's session is with...
Who's doing notes today?
Yeah, we used to do it.
Oh, that's a good point. Everyone roll me a d20.
I've just done 2 in a row.
You can have a week off.
Thank you.
Why do I need to roll?
No, not after that recap you've just done. Not after that recap. Yeah, so go on, Dan, Evan, and Steve. Roll me a d20, please. I'm only saying that because you might want the practice, Natalie.
I forgot I was doing it until you said it's coming to you. I was like,
I'm joking. I'm only messing. Right, Dan, what did you get?
4.
Oh.
Sorry?
You did become a robot for a second there.
You are robotic. Okay, 4. Evan, did you get higher than a 4?
4.
You got a 4.
Oh.
Steve, what did you get?
I got a 5.
A 5!
nice.
Bloody hell. Okay, so Dan and Evan, roll again for me.
Oh,
Holy
Jesus.
Oh my god, who died?
Why are you a robot? What's happening?
What's happened, man?
Your mic from the sound of it, dude.
Unplug your mic and plug it back in. Where's he? Where's he
What did
unplugging
that
from?
brick land on, Evan?
That brick
Yeah.
landed on a natural 20.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Worth it.
That's fine. You probably broke your desk in the meantime, but sure. Sure.
Is that any better?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
That'll
Dan.
do.
Dan, I don't really... Unless you got a natural 20 as well, you're making notes, brother.
Notes it is.
Excellent news. So, we pick up tonight's session right where we left last session. Michael and Azrael, what are you doing as you leave the owlery?
He said we gotta walk, right? That's what he said?
Yeah. Yeah, we have to walk.
Huh.
That's fine. I survived in the wilderness before. I can do it again.
I mean, you may have to walk.
Yeah, that's true. You have your horse. But I'm unsure if your horse can actually handle that terrain.
My horse can handle any terrain. But
All right. Well, what do you think? We should
going
probably
to
meet up with the
wander
others.
off.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Those your core notes there, Dan.
Yep.
All-terrain horse.
All-terrain horse. Okay, so what are you guys doing?
If
I'm
he's
gonna-
wandering off, I'm gonna head to the others and be like, okay, well, don't miss the celebration, at least. Come back all.
I'm going to find a corner and start casting Find Steed.
Okay. Okay, so you go off on your own. As you do, and you start wandering off into the glen toward trying to find a quiet area. Whereabouts are you heading?
That is a good question because we only have the continent map up. I'll head back towards accommodation.
Okay, no problem. So as you start walking back, and as you get near where you're staying, you see Jove heading back to the house as well, with a little basket in his arms with some vegetables and salad bits in.
Do you have apples in there? Or a carrot?
Gee, you really need to announce yourself.
You need
Asriel.
to
Just
Whoa, Dan, you need to do something with that headset, bro. Unplug it from the computer and plug it back in.
Seamless operations. Nope.
see.
I'm glad I'm not the only one having technical difficulties.
How we sounding now?
Good.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Fucking things. Right.
Do you have an apple or a carrot? Was the question.
Live?
I mean, I have a combination of those things. So, right. So, look, I'm better. I'm back. All right, leave me alone.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm back on the way back to House Tree,
Mm-hmm.
and just
Is that what we're
relative.
calling it now?
Yes, house tree.
I could have called it Treehouse, but at the time my brain didn't work that way. So
I mean, it is more of a house tree than a tree house,
Yeah,
so
it is.
I'll give you
It
that.
is now House Tree.
House Tree, cool. Yes. So Asriel coming up, you sort of see Jove with a little sort of basket on the crook of his elbow. Just it's still a very big stride, but he's just got this little sort of tufts of carrot and stuff coming out the side. Like, Asriel, can you announce yourself before you start talking to people? Because I have no idea where you are at any given moment. That's not cool.
I'm not quiet. You didn't hear me?
No, no, you're right. I lied. I thought it'd be fun to make you think that I didn't hear you.
Is that a game you like to play?
What do you want, Asriel?
Have you got any carrots or apples?
I mean, yeah, I got plenty of both. Why? You hungry?
I'm not, but Buddy might be. We've got a walk.
Oh, you
to
bring back the cool guy. Can you do that here? Are you
Can't
allowed
see
to
why
summon
not.
your horse? Well,
They said
you say
don't
that.
destroy anything.
I mean, it's a horse. Are you allowed to just bring them into? We couldn't do it at Candlekeep.
You couldn't bring a horse into Candlekeep?
No, we had a thing and it grew, but it was magic, and they wouldn't let us do it without someone knowing. So I wouldn't just make your horse come out anywhere.
I mean, they like nature and animals, and it's just adding to the party.
Just go ask someone, dude. Just a guard. Just anyone. Just say, hey, I want to make my horse. You cool?
But he's going to be in a bad mood. So do you mind if I take some carrots?
Yeah, because I like him. And he sort of pull out a big tuft from the green of the carrots and just sort of shove it your way.
I'm going to go and try and find the guard from the owlery that said there were flying horses.
As he just takes the cards and leaves, you're just like, okay, bye then.
Hey.
Fucking idiot.
Okay. As you turn to walk away, and Jove, you kind of like turn and kind of shake your head. I want both of you to make me perception checks, please.
Ooh, perception.
Okay.
Cool. Yep, dirty 20.
Natural 1.
Excellent.
That tracks.
Okay, I will come back to you both in a moment in this moment, okay? Michael, you start heading back. When you say towards the group, where are you heading?
Probably towards the sort of the big tree.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking that that's probably where we'll be meeting up after this.
Okay. So after this conversation with Azrael, and you kind of start heading off towards the main area of this encampment, of this glen, something strikes you as very odd. People start rushing past you, and you hear a cry for help towards the inner part of the glen.
Can I try to summon my sword?
Sure. Easily enough. Sword comes to the hand.
I'm bolting.
Okay, no problem. Feathers, you and Clovis were towards the back of towards the river. Yeah, towards one side of it. As you two are both kind of looking, and you're kind of towards the western side of the glen, towards the east, past the bridge, you hear a cry for help.
Yeah, I instantly would have looked at Clovis, we would have stopped talking, and without even saying anything in unison, gone straight towards the source of... I'm flying, but yeah.
Clovis just kind of looks at you wide-eyed and goes, well, that doesn't sound great. Why is it always when we're here that things like this happen?
Let's just hope it's not because of one of us.
Well, we can't be too certain with that lot. And he starts running down the river in the direction as you take off into the sky. Jove and Azrael, Jove, you hear this cry for help from across the glen. Azrael, you seem to be too preoccupied in counting the carrots that are in your hand for the horse that you love. But Jove, you hear this cry for help.
Is Azrael far away at this point?
About three paces away from you.
3 paces away. Dope. Yeah, taking the basket off, he's just like, oh, I'm sure they're not going to steal from me. But he places it to the ground, looks at Azrael to see if there's any sign of anything, and goes, hey, Az, did you not hear that?
What?
Yeah, okay, that's about right. Just follow me, something's going on. And I'm just going to start charging that way.
Hey. You all start racing towards the river. You all sort of converge relatively at the same time. I would say that Michael and Feathers, given your flight speed and not having to get anything, no obstacles being in your path, you probably both converge at the same time, and shortly after Jove, Clovis, and Azrael, you all kind of converge as a group on the side of the river. And as you do, you see Ash on the ground, laid out, completely unconscious. Tiri stood over her going, God, help, please, somebody!
I'm pushing Tiri out of the way.
I'm straight
Instantly
on
kind of-
too, yeah.
Yeah,
kind of
into the
steps.
floor, just scooped up.
Well, I think I would have got to her before you would have got there, so I would have gone straight on her and
Okay.
tried a spell.
Okay. So you start scooping Ash up. Her body seems not lifeless, but limp. Her joints kind of slack, arms down by her side, head kind of tilted back as you pick her up off the ground. She is breathing, but she is out.
I'm not.
Cold.
I don't need to breathe.
Well then, there is signs of life, let's say that, but she is out cold. What spell did you say you wanted to try, Feathers?
The only healing spell I have, which is Mass Healing Word.
Okay.
So yeah, as soon as I see her, the instinct kicks in, and I'm kind of doing it almost on the way to her. That is... I don't have my dice out, so I'm just going to cast it on D&D Beyond, if you don't mind.
Sure.
9 points.
Okay, no problem. Noted. You cast this spell as Jove is picking Ash up. The words, the radiant words that you utter most times you cast this spell. And you feel like the spell takes hold, but her body is unyielding. Nothing happens. She does not wake up. Tiri is just kind of stood there with his hands on his head, and he's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. We were sparring 1 minute, and all of a sudden this energy just erupted all over her, and then she collapsed.
What
Feathers
energy?
is gonna get right up in his face and just kind of just try and grab whatever he has on. Explain yourself!
He will move your hand out of the way with ease, and he will go, I told you. We were sparring. It was her idea. In fact, she was beating me. I got one good punch in, and she erupted in this energy all over her. And then she collapsed to the ground.
Can I try a medicine check to find out how or what, or gauge what type of ailment is affecting you at the minute?
Sure, but going forward, ask it that way rather than going, can I roll for a certain thing? Just what are you trying to do, and I'll tell you what to roll on the back of it. So yeah, you try to check her over and check her vital signs and stuff. Go ahead, roll me a medicine check. Insight check's a bit different because everyone just shouts out insight check, but for the most part, guys, just describe what you want to do, and if there's a roll associated, I'll tell you.
18.
18. Okay, so you start checking her over. She does have a pulse, although it is weak. Very weak. As you guys are picking her up, Jove, you were going to do something?
No, I was going to say, do I see any... I'm not looking for anything like particularly medical based, but like, do I just see open wounds? Is there like burning? Is there any sort of like obvious outer...
Make me an investigation check, please, as you search and look over her body.
In the most respectful way possible.
As you guys are all crowded round, you see that a few individuals from the village are starting to gather, and one person turns to you, Feathers, and goes, this long, grey-haired elven woman goes, is there anything we can do? Quick, we need to get her indoors. Lie her down. She needs rest. What's happened?
We don't know. Ask him. Jove, maybe we should take her inside.
Like you can see Jove's eyes very sort of stringently going across her body, but there's a definite shake to his arms. He's trying to hold back whatever he would be throwing towards what's his fucking face next to him at this point, but he has Ash in hand, so he just sort of looks to you with a very serious grimace, like, I'll go back to the home tree.
They might have somewhere closer. Do you have somewhere closer? Like a medicine bay? I
can send for somebody. Take her where you want, and we'll send someone to you. Quickly. Tiri.
Alright, fine.
Tiri's in, like, currently, he has a bag on a satchel on his side. He pulls out a small healing potion, offers it up, and he's like, please, pour this down her neck. Anything that we can do.
I take it and give it to Jove because I know Jove ain't gonna take it off him. I'm like, just do it.
Like he holds it in hand and just sort of looks towards you. He's like, I think you've done enough.
This wasn't my fault.
Oh, sure. Yeah, my friend just happens to collapse while you two are
She is
sparring.
my friend too.
Oh, I'm sure she is. I'm sure she is.
What did you roll?
If you want to help,
investigation?
just come. And he's just gonna. It's still in hand. He's just stomping towards Home Tree.
Okay, what did you roll investigation?
Just 12.
You start looking over her body as Azrael is looking for vital signs. Azrael, there is no visible sign of contusion or any wound as such. Jove, as you're kind of looking her over at the same time, something strikes you immediately as you start looking over Ash. And as you look at her arm, the small lightning tattoo is shining a bright white.
Okay. So in the same way we've seen before, like with our tattoos when they do what they do because of the spell.
It's glowing.
It's like a magical glow, or it's just like a heat glow. Okay.
Like a magical glow.
Is anyone close to me? Is anyone keeping up?
I mean,
we are right beside you.
Yeah. As like his pace sort of quickens into like a medium jog as he's trying to get back, sort of holding her very close, and he's just gonna sort of turn to her and go, "That thing on her arm's glowing. I don't think that's new, or it is, and it's bad. I don't know, but it didn't do that before."
No. Maybe this is magic.
Michael, as this is said, you spot this on her arm. And this glow on her arm.
This feels bad, guys. Get her inside.
What's the plan?
As you all start...
Oh, your internet cut out there.
I'm gonna check the hilt of my blade.
Check his
Okay.
blade.
Yep. You look down. The blade in your hand as you wielded it moments prior to racing. And as you look down, the same sigil on the blade is glowing, but fainter than the one on her arm.
Fuck, okay.
You all start racing across the glen, Clovis close behind you, but also keeping himself... He's keeping Tiri in between you guys and himself, so no matter where Tiri is, he's keeping him within the boundaries of this group and making sure that he is kind of interposing and making sure that as you guys get to the house and race through the door, that he doesn't enter until Tiri does. And when he does, and you all burst through this door and race up to the table or the bed, what are you doing with her?
Table.
Yeah, probably main table.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you slash everything off the table. The cutlery and plates and bowls from the lunch earlier clatter across the floor as you lay Ash down on the table, her body limp still, barely clinging on to any resemblance of life to the untrained eye. Tiri follows you all in and just looking bewildered at you all, paler than he did when you first met and any other interaction you've had, the sheer look of fear on his face and worry. Clovis walks through the door last after all of you have entered the house and shuts the door and stands in the doorway to ensure that nobody else can either enter or exit. What do you want to do?
I want to try to run up to her, grab my sword in one hand and her arm in my other. and just
Yeah,
see if I can get anything from that. Any sort of electricity like we got the first time we touched.
Yeah, Jove's going to interpose before that even occurs because he has no idea. Well, he knows Mike and somebody's sword, but he doesn't know why he has it. So as he comes brandishing a looking weapon, he's just going to sort of go around to the other side of the table and is like, why have you got that back? And what are you doing?
I can get it back whenever I need, Jove, and right now, something tells me I might need it.
Your sword's going to solve this problem.
Do you see this? And I show the faint glow of my sword. See a resemblance?
Yeah, I do. So this is your fault.
I have no clue. As far as I'm concerned, it might as well be his fault. I'll try to push past him.
He's going to step in your way still, like you've just shown him the glowing symbol on her arm, on your sword, and there's no real way around that. He's like, no, don't try and tell me this is some mystical thing that may or may not happen. What are you doing, Mike?
Abjure enemy.
Jove, I don't know what
Sorry,
Say
Steve,
abjure.
what was that?
I'm casting Abjure enemy on Michael.
Okay, what does Abjure enemy do?
It's your paladin thing.
It is my paladin thing. Choose a creature within 60 feet. They have to make a wisdom saving throw. Fiends and undead have disadvantage on this saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is frightened and its speed is reduced to 0 for a minute.
Okay, wisdom saving throw then, please, Michael.
Jesus, those dice.
I know.
16.
16.
Saves. Speed is halved for a minute.
Okay.
On a success.
Seeing that you, Jove, not standing out of the way, and Azrael casting magic, I'm like, I actually think he's trying to help. She needs help, and she needs it now.
Yeah, and the blade from the guy she pulled from the
If you
ground
guys
doesn't seem
have
like a great
another
way of doing
idea.
it.
She's not gonna.
If
He's
you
not
guys
gonna
have
stab
another
her.
idea, it's fine. If you have another
Okay.
idea, Jove, go for it.
I'm so stressed listening to all of this.
If you don't have any other idea, step
don't.
out of my way.
Don't stab her, and I like proper. Look, don't stab
Don't
her.
you stab her.
If you wanted to harm her, Jove, he'd have done it plenty of times before now.
I ain't talking to you. Is that Killian or is that Clovis?
That's Clovis.
I'm Clovis.
And I'm gonna retract that.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking Killian.
Yeah, no. Tiri is the only other person in the room with you.
If
Clovis is the one that says if he wanted to do anything to harm her, he's had plenty of opportunity before now. Let him try.
Joe's gonna get like this close to Mike's face, sort of jaw jutted properly, the tusks out. And he's like, if I see anything funny, even remotely, I'm gonna break your neck and put you back in the ground where you came from. So do what you gotta do and step back with the weapon, right?
Please do. I'll just push past.
Okay, what were you going to say, Azrael?
Right, give me
I
2
was
seconds.
going to say, if it's been another 6 seconds, I'm going to try spending 5 points for my lay on hands to cure disease or poison.
Okay, so you want to put another 5 hit points into it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing seems to be shaking. Her body limp on the table. Tiri turns and just goes, "Will somebody please do something?"
I'll get up to him, place my arm on hers, where the lightning scar is. Come on, Ash. Must be some fucking reason I'm here. Come on. Wake up!
Okay. You grab Ash's hand, or her arm, where her marking is. holding
I'm gonna
your.
cut my own arm.
I wanted to do that.
Okay.
Try to make some sort of scar on my arm to see if I can get my blood to her.
Okay. You cut your own arm. Take 4 points of slashing damage.
What I miss?
He's still
Cutting
just
him
trying to
off
help.
his arm.
He's trying to help her. Don't
He's
worry.
slicing his arm.
Mike's just self-harming.
I mean, he's not doing that. So Mike has cut his own arm and is trying to put his blood on her arm while trying to perform some form of ritual. Thus far, nothing seems to be changing.
Looking at what he's doing, sort of recognizing that blood magic is it being what it is, he sort of steps up and like, look, if you're gonna do that, you need actual magic blood, like mine.
I don't know, I'm improvising.
As you are talking, you hear doof, doof, doof on the door. Clovis turns, and in the doorway, you see through the gap in the window is Naya.
Close
Clovis.
her in.
Turns, opens the door. Naya comes in and goes, "What in the bloody blazes has happened?
She needs your help, and she needs it now. It's...
Move away! What? You're
Come on,
putting
Noah.
blood on her! Get out of my way! Let me have a look at her." And she comes and starts looking her over and goes, "I don't see any obvious signs of damage. What happened?"
I just look at Terry.
I don't know, as the sparring partner over there.
Look, I was meditating by the river. She came over and asked if we could spar like the good old days. We did, and it was exactly how it used to be, one strike for another. But then her arm, when she brought out her other arms, this energy just erupted up her arm. This blue and white electrical energy just forming around her arm, and I don't know, I've not seen her for years. I didn't know. That normal? Just assumed it was. And we continued, and then out of nowhere, this energy just erupted all up her arm. It encased her entire body. A moment or two passed and she just collapsed to the ground. The energy subsided within a moment, and she just lay there. I didn't do anything. I promise you, all of you. All right. Whatever happened to her wasn't the cause of punching. I'll do what I can, but all this hysteria is doing nothing for her. And you, clean yourself up. As she looks at you, Michael. Don't worry, as she looks at Feathers and Jove and Azrael. She's in capable hands. Could you all give me some room, please?
Fine. Michael, come over here and I'll help you bandage that arm. And I take him to the side and I'm just doing general medicine check, just bandage his arm.
If he passes by me, I'm going to see Feathers bandaging it. Just put my hand on his shoulder, lay on hands.
Okay. You all step away from the table, Jove?
Yeah, I imagine he's probably a little bit closer than he probably should be because he's not quite used to Well, he's used to it, but he doesn't like being used to it. So he sort of looks at Naya and he's like, just do what you can for her, Noah. We need her back.
The name's Naya, dear, and I'll do what I can. Now, just take a moment. All right?
Fine. Fine. And he just throws his hands up and heads to the door.
A few moments pass. Naya spends a lot of time intricately going over Ashar's body, but trying to find cause for what's happened, coming to no avail. You hear her chanting this melodic, spell-like, rhythmical kind of wording as she starts casting spells. Nothing seems to change. Well, whatever this isn't for us to fix. She needs time to rest. Maybe with time, whatever ails her will shake. But there's nothing I can do.
What do you mean, maybe? You can't just say, oh, well, she might get better.
Well, I'm saying that she might get better, but we don't know for certain. I've tried everything I can. Every magical concoction that I have in my head.
Do you think she's dreaming, or what do you think is going on?
I don't know. But whatever's happening to her is beyond my means. I'm sorry.
Then whose means ain't it beyond? Where we gotta go? Who have we gotta see? What about fucking Bolo and what's-her-face up in the tower? Can they do anything?
I am probably the only person within the rounds of this glade that has the expertise to at least do anything.
Can't just be no one around here.
I'm really sorry.
There's obviously something that they've never seen before. Trust Ash to do something unique. And Ash, Sophelis is going to go to like the head of the table where obviously Ash's head is. And is she like dirty from where she fell, or
A little bit.
she look a bit fucked up, right? So she's going to just start like fixing her hair and cleaning her face and making her look presentable.
I'd probably move her off the table, put her somewhere comfortable. There's beds in here, I believe. And
Is
let her
there?
rest. Yeah.
Okay.
Upstairs.
Oh yeah, we haven't
We've-
done that
To be
yet.
fair, we've only used the table and the bath.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put her in a bed. Let her rest. Hopefully, sometime she'll come round.
I can't lift her.
Yeah, no, yeah, Jove is already just up again and quietly raging towards the stairs.
Okay. As you're doing that, Clovis steps away from the door and puts his hand on Ciri's shoulder. You've had anything to do with this. I hope you know that consequences, they will come on you full-fold. Ciri's head kind of drops. I know. I promise you I had nothing to do with this.
Can I inside check Turi?
Sure. Roll me an insight check to see if you can gauge whether he's telling the truth or not.
-1. Yeah. 13.
It's hard to tell, but he seems to be truthful. Ash.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
Music change.
Ashar. You find yourself atop a vastly large mountain. The mountain top is rugged and steep, with jagged rocks protruding from the earth like crooked fingers reaching towards the sky. Dark clouds loom overhead, heavy with moisture and ominous in their presence. The wind whips fiercely around you, causing your hair and clothing to flutter. As lightning flashes in the distance, you stand resolute, your jaw clenched and your eyes fixed on the horizon. A storm rages on all around you, with thunder echoing through the valleys below and rain pelting the ground like bullets. As you take in your surroundings, the wind bellowing past you chills your skin. A bolt of lightning strikes the mountaintop with an almighty crash mere feet away from you. The ground shakes with its impact. You stumble, struggling to keep your balance on the unstable terrain, and your eyes forced closed as the bright light threatens to blind you in this moment. You steady yourself, and as the smoke clears, a towering figure appears before you, wreathed in electrical energy, with eyes that gleam with power. An imposing figure stood 15 feet tall, with muscles like cords of steel, and hair that flows in the air, but softly, despite the violent winds surrounding them. Your heart begins to race as you realize that you stand before a divine being, one who commands the very elements of nature. As the figure speaks, their words boom like thunder through the air. I have been watching you closely for some time, and I have seen the conflict that rages within you. This conflict has been fought since the dawn of time, and it is a battle that rages within all of us. But it is your struggle with this that has caught my attention, and I am here to offer you guidance. And what's more, it is not only the conflict that I see, but someone with the courage to face the certain challenges that lay ahead. You, Ashar, have the power to change the world, to make it a better place for all those that live in it. And I see that you struggle with the weight of that responsibility. You fear that the power you possess will cause destruction and chaos. That fear is holding you back.
Who are you?
I am one that has a stake in the wars to come. And I know... and know
that I, as many others, fight for the side of all life. But I am one that does not seek grandeur, praise, or worship, as many others do. I only require those with conviction to do what is right.
I don't understand. I don't understand why me.
I am unable to walk among you, and I am forbidden to interfere in the quarries of mortals. Therefore, I am in need of a champion. And I believe that it is you that has what it takes to be the force that we desperately need. Tell me, what is your understanding of storms?
Of storms? They... Like, she's honestly baffled and is being battered so hard by the wind and is so confused, and this is the second divine power to have spoken to her in the past few weeks, and I don't know. Storms can destroy, storms can create, they cause havoc, they have power. I don't know what you want from me.
You are correct. Storms are not just chaos and destruction. They are also a force for renewal and transformation. The rain that falls can nourish the earth and bring new life. The lightning that strikes can purify and cleanse. And the wind that howls can carry people to new heights. I see the same characteristics in you. The perfect balance between good and destruction. But know this, mortal. The power of storms is not to be wielded lightly, and comes with a great responsibility. For if used for the wrong purpose, could bring calamity to all. Show me. Show me that you understand the balance between chaos and good. But hear this. If you fail, I will know that my judgment in you was a folly, and you will leave this place for good. And as he says that, he points his finger, and lightning strikes from it, crashing into the ground, feet away from you. The ground rumbles and cracks and shakes as you hear as you turn and look to either side as the skeletal hands crack out from the earth and start pouring their way out. I'd like you and everyone else to roll me initiative, please.
Oh my God, let's go! God. I'm fine.
Mass panic rate, yeah? So, I hope you all have your character sheets up. I'd like 20 to 25, please.
22.
21.
22. Okay.
You muted that.
One second. I need to get this up as well. Second, please. I need to get this chat up that Hannah's not a part of.
You bastards!
Okay. What did you say, Nat?
21.
21 as well.
I've got +4 dex, so
Yeah, so it would then be Ash, and then... And then... what did you get, Evan?
11.
11. And Dan?
9.
9. So then it's number... that. And then number that. Okay. As these skeletal creatures with 4 arms raise from the earth, you should all have your roll 20 open.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is the figure that stood before you, Ash.
Let
Let me just show you guys what these folks are looking at. So here is the individual that Ash has just had a conversation with.
Wow.
And here we go. Top of the initiative order is Steve.
Okay. Is she on a pillar or is she on the ground?
No, she's on the ground. That rock is only around 2 feet high. It's kind of a central platform that she's currently stood on.
Okay.
I'm going to grab a beer quickly.
Oh, hey!
Because this is the best form of combat. It's one that I have nothing to do with.
This is awesome!
Go ahead. What would you like to do?
I'm going to start by shuffling 30 feet.
Okay.
Up to Ash.
Yep.
And I'm going to try and grapple her.
Okay. So it's contested athletics.
Yeah.
I could do acrobatics though to get out, can't I?
And because you are a monk. You're all getting a view of my watch together. There we go.
God. Okay.
Okay. What did you roll, Steve?
13.
25.
5. As you try to grasp on Ash, you manage just to step out the way quickly from this grasp. Anything else you want to do?
That's my action, isn't it?
Okay,
Yeah.
no problem. Ash.
I've got to bonus action. Poof, poof, poof. The arms emerge and her
Okay.
visage shifts, and I'm gonna invoke my entire astral self, not just the astral arms.
Okay. As you invoke your astral self, something that you notice, there is no crackle of energy
Okay.
that comes with that. You just...
Okay. Okay, so that's my bonus action. And then I am going to, as a free action, I am going to make my voice. So basically I can amplify my voice so that creatures within 600 feet can hear. So almost like mirroring the tenor of the person talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, I don't know what you mean, but I'm gonna fucking try. And then I am going to. Do I have apathy, or is it just?
Just you. No
Just me?
current items. You do not
Okay.
have apathy with you.
Fine. In which case, we are going to pop on Steve.
Okay.
Yeah.
And against the first skeleton that's just tried to grab you, you. Okay, go ahead and roll me to hit, please.
21 to hit.
Hits.
10 points of bludgeoning damage on the first strike.
Okay.
Second hit, 19 to hit.
Hits.
9 points of bludgeoning damage. Stunning strike.
Hey, go
Okay.
ahead and roll me a con save, please.
I need to mark my key points.
13.
13 is the save, I
13
believe.
is the save, yeah.
So,
Oh, however, you do need to make a dex save as well, as I bamfed out my arms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anybody? Nobody else is within 10 feet, so it's
Nope.
just Steve.
17.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Let's see if I can turn this down a little bit. Eh?
Okay. Yeah, I've used my bonus action. I am going to. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna move around so I have visual on everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But still remain within melee distance.
Okay.
But that is my turn.
Okay. Next up is Skelly 3.
Okay. She moved without.
You are Skelly for 3 now.
Boss, right? So she's gonna. I'm gonna sort of stumble forward 30 feet to there. Boss. There you go. Though my picture has a weapon, I do not. Correct?
There you have what's on the stat block I sent you.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Then she's just. I'm gonna just carry on moving forward with my action then.
Okay, so you're going to action dash.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and come to the other side.
Hey, no problem.
That's all I can do.
Okay, so move your token across. That's
you
cool. Okay, that's cool. And then Skelly 4.
Right, so I'm also gonna surround her, and I'm gonna take 2 swings.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead and roll to hit.
That's dirty 20.
Hits.
Let's roll the other one. That's a natural 19 plus.
Hits.
So yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me some damage, please.
Am I using my HP?
Yep.
You
You are using your HP.
5 points of damage
5.
for the
Okay.
first one.
Uh-huh.
Another 5 points of damage for the second one.
Okay.
Nice.
Hey, so as you swiftly move around, you see that these creatures just and like crumble towards you. The third one getting to your side and 2 slashes with its claws as they scrape on your arms as you kind of start to get surrounded by these creatures. Skelly 2, you're up.
Skelly 2. Cool. I mean, I didn't really want to be a shambler, but seeing as we're all doing it, I don't want to be the odd one out. Sort of raising all 4 arms into like a sort of like outward position. He's going to shamble with passion. So he's aiming to get there.
Shamble with passion.
Love it.
Weird. So weird, man.
I love it.
And then with all 4 sets of arms, but only has 2 attacks, his whole rib cage is just going to spin round, and he's just going to do 1 slash and then 2 slash, like big fucking blender, as his like whole midsection just twists.
Fuck yeah. Go ahead and roll me to hit. And that's with advantage because you are now flanking.
I know, right? Okay.
Does anyone else feel bad about surrounding?
I'm having a great time. This is so fucking fun.
Okay, so the first one is a 15.
Misses.
Misses. Cool. And the second one is a...
And that's with advantage for both attacks, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I'm rolling twice. And that one's 17.
Hits.
Cool. So... for a total of 2, as the final arm comes around, like scrapes across you.
Okay.
It's a really camp skeleton.
As you get battered from both sides, Ashar now completely surrounded by these skeletal individuals. You hear, "Is this the sum total of your learning?" Top of the initiative order, Skelly 1.
Okay, we're going to take 2 swipes.
Yep. Go ahead and roll attack with advantage, please.
18 to hit.
Hits.
Go ahead and roll with some damage, please.
I can't.
5
cast
damage.
Strike.
For 5, yeah.
Second attack is a 16 to hit.
Just hits.
It's 4 damage.
Okay.
I don't know what
Hey.
side to cheer for. I was like, yay, but no.
Anything else on your turn?
No, I'm going to stay where I am.
Hey, Ash,
Yep.
what are you doing?
Ash, without apathy, kind of puts all fists together, looks down, bonus action, step of the wind, disengage, action, cast levitate on myself, and I'm going up.
Okay, you...
I'm going out of reach of these guys, so I'm going, like, probably, like, I think I can go max 30 feet, so I'm probably going to go 20 feet up,
Yeah.
and I'm just going to stare down, and then look to the creature who's been talking to me. I see that these odds aren't exactly in my favor, but I've got this. And that's my turn, but I'm just above,
Okay.
out of their reach, looking down, staring.
As you say that, you hear, "Life never is in your favor." Okay. Next in the initiative order, does anybody want to do anything until Ash decides to stop being a floaty fucker?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was going to
Yeah.
do something. So.
Oh, we're all gonna like just stack on top of each other,
Yeah.
and then whoever's
Yeah,
last gets
pretty
to
much,
that.
I love it.
Chicken,
Like
chicken
that.
fighting, dude. Like,
Like that. Okay, next in the initiative order, Skelly 3, what are you doing?
Skelly 3, seeing her disappear, is going to look to his left and right and then pick this one here
Yeah.
and scale him
Okay.
and to try and
There you
get
do.
within range.
Okay. You
I don't know what that... Yeah.
start clambering up. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Am I within range of...
She's 20 feet up, so not yet.
No. Okay, well then I'm just gonna like sort of growl with like spittle and...
Make me an intimidation check.
Of course. That's a 4... What's intimidation? Intimidation is wisdom?
No,
No,
it's
charisma.
Charisma.
Oh,
You
oh,
wish
okay.
it was wisdom.
Yeah, I do. Okay, that's 12.
12. Okay.
Ah!
Okay. Next on the initiative order is Skelly 4.
I'm also gonna start to try to.
These
I'm,
fucking
the-
guys!
Are we actually doing this? Are you all? Is this
Yeah.
what we're gonna do?
yeah.
Yeah.
We're an
Okay.
organised bunch.
Then you start climbing up, which means who stood on who. So I need to know.
So
So I'm
you got
the base.
Dan, me, and now Evan.
Okay. So Dan, you can't do anything, and then Skelly 1, by climbing all the way to the top, you will then be in range.
Ooh. I'm going to take 2 swipes.
Okay. Not with advantage, so go ahead and roll attack.
Let's roll. Wobbling slightly.
I feel like I should be disadvantaged.
Natural 20.
Natural 20! Oh my god!
This is so bad.
It's okay. It's only
Okay.
4 on the dice.
So 8.
8 plus 1 to 9.
Hey, so 9
get a
points of
chunky crit?
damage. Certainly will do, because we play chunky crits in this game. Go ahead and roll me a d20, please.
16. If that turns out to be a stunning crack now, Dan's face looks shocked.
We pulled our trousers down. It's a stunning crack.
No.
Oh god, no.
Is it the one I think it
Oh,
is?
it's worse.
It's not a good one.
Do I have to make a save?
No.
Okay.
And I need a one. I need a coin. I've got a coin. Right.
A coin?
Hannah, heads is 1, tails is 2, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, Lucky, 1.
Okay.
The strike, lightning fast shot to the face hits the opponent's eye. It does say here, pops the foe's eye like a grape and you're permanently blinded, but we're not going to do that. So it pops you in the face and hits you in the eye. You're blinded for 1 round and can take no action. For 1 round, that's what it
Always
says.
you, Steve, isn't it? It's always you, Steve, isn't it?
Take what? It does say 1d3, but I've rounded down to 1d2 and you only got 1. So for 1 round, you unfortunately can take no action. As this blow, poof, blinds you for a round.
We're like the 3 Stooges of skeletons. We just stacked on top and just went, alright.
Question. With my, I don't think it's going to affect anything, but with my astral self, I have astral sight, which basically amplifies my vision more than normal. So I can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to just 120 feet. Obviously, that doesn't stop me from being blind, but does it help at all here? Is this like
really,
enhanced
mate.
vision? Okay.
Yeah, not, unfortunately not, because it's forced you to kind of like have to close your eyes and...
Okay.
So, it is your turn next.
Alright, I can't take an action.
You can't take an action, you can still have a bonus action and movement, but you can't take an action.
I can't cast any spells because I don't have fucking apathy. Okay. I am going. I'm levitating. I can't go left or right. I'm just going up.
Okay. You continue to go further up. That will give opportunity attack to Azrael. Because you did not step of the wind. You can only move.
I know.
So Azrael, you get another attack.
With advantage because she's blind?
It's opportunity attack. Does being blind, attacking a creature that's blind give you advantage typically?
Yeah.
Normally,
It does, then
I
yeah.
don't know.
Then it would be with advantage.
$19 to hit.
Yep.
We're gonna kill Ash.
5 damage.
Okay.
5. Okey-dokey.
Okay. Does anybody want to do anything else this round while she's 50 odd feet in the air?
No, I'm still growling, but apart from
No.
that,
Do you want to disassemble the
No.
the Megazord that you've created?
Yeah, I was going to say, Skeletor at the bottom just goes, it's morphin time.
We just become one massive skeleton.
His arms come off and they attach somewhere else.
I have a question, DM.
Yep.
They have an intelligence of 6. Would they be smart enough to realize that you can't climb further up by keep climbing on each other?
I mean, you guys, I reckon, at this stage would be struggling to kind of clamber up each other. I'd like throw at the bottom, Jove.
Yep.
So I need Feathers,
Always.
Michael, and Azrael to make me dexterity saving throws, please. And Jove, with this creature, and he's a strength check with disadvantage.
Strength with disadvantage. Oh.
11. I
That's
got that one.
14.
So a 3, but
So that's
Okay.
that's a straight up 4.
Okay, as you kind of and move, you kind of step to one side, and you're like one of your arms snaps, and you guys fall and tumble down. You all take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you crash to the floor. Yes, you do, Ash. So that will sum up your rounds, guys. But you can all kind of have the movement to stand back up, but you're no longer towered. Ash, it's your turn. You're no longer blinded.
Cool.
Whose idea was this?
Okay, so as I'm looking down. So they've collapsed. They've toppled into
Yep.
a pile of bone.
Yeah, they're currently. They've all
the bone
kind of.
pile.
They're currently in the process and they're all standing up.
So Ash from above lowers herself slightly before, with the 4 arms, you see these inky black tendrils kind of begin to leak down, and she is going to drop levitate,
Yep.
and with the force of falling, with all 4 arms, strike at once. So I'm gonna flurry of blows and punch them all, like one for each.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me the first attack because flurry of blows. I believe you have to land an attack first before you can do it.
You have to land a hit.
Yeah. So just roll me the first couple of attacks.
21.
We'll definitely hit one of them. Roll me the second attack.
17.
We'll definitely hit. Roll me the third attack.
Cocked. Only 15.
We'll hit.
Still hits.
It hits. 4th attack. Natural 20!
Natural 20!
Oh, we're fucked, dudes.
Oh,
Okay, so go ahead and roll me the first set of damage for the 21.
21. We have wait, so I'm doing tendrils. So that is
D4 to
8
decide who
plus-
takes the damage, so it's fair.
Oh wait, hang on. Is it? Let me just check if this is each attack gets this. Your melee attacks deal that. Yeah. Okay. So first attack is 8 plus 5 is 13 points of damage.
13, 2, Skelly 4.
13. Okay.
Yeah.
Second lot of damage. 14 damage.
2, Skelly. 2.
Oh, double 6s on the dice. 17 points of damage.
2, Skelly 1.
And then the nat 20. 10 double to 20, 25 points of damage.
Plus a D20, please.
What's a d20? 14.
Okay. Who was last? Who was the last one? 2.
Me.
Oh,
Roll me.
sorry, Natalie.
roll me a con save, please.
I kind of don't have to, as that force just already knocked her out.
Roll me a
So-
con save, please.
Oh, okay. That is a 9.
A 9. Okay. You are unconscious, but as the strike lands on you, your bones splatter everywhere. You are dead as dead can be. Dead.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Dead. Like, deady dead. So let's just delete you off the map.
That was me.
That's a bit harsh.
That was you.
Hey!
Let's move that one. Let's do some on the fly DMing stuff. Let's move that to 2. I've now deleted the right one, right?
Well, can you control it?
I don't really.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I can. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Two's back.
On the fly. As you see these bones scatter, you all take that damage. Azriel, how many hit points? You are down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Superhero landing, obviously.
Anything else on your turn? Are the other two? You still up?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I look at them both, and I snarl back at them. I just go, but more convincingly than that.
Okay. So that's your turn. Skelly 3 is no more. Skelly 4, what do you want to do? You pretty much will land in that position still, by the way.
Yeah.
Either.
I will take two swipes as well.
Okay, go ahead and roll me to hit with advantage, please.
Oh shit! You guys are still flanking.
I can cheer for the right
Oh
person
my
now.
god, are you serious? Okay. 15 for the first one?
No, 15.
15 will miss.
15 misses.
Steve, could I have some good rolls, please? That's a 10.
A 10. 10
Yeah.
misses. As you land, boom, and as you're kind of stood up, the creature took a clip, kind of go, wipes wildly at you from the side and doesn't seem to gain any traction, though. Skelly 2, what are you doing?
Skelly 2. That's me now. Are we prone or are we up or are we
No,
down?
you're up.
Cool.
You're fine. You're up.
Sort of one arm sort of slightly hanging off a little bit, and two of them sort of on opposite ends. He's just gonna come in for the big. It's just 2 strikes straight in, big grab.
Okay, no problem. Are you grabbing? Are you grappling or are you striking?
Do you know what? Let's go for a hug. I'm gonna try and grapple.
Okay,
Aw.
go ahead. It's a contested athletics, but you do get it with advantage, remember.
Yes.
So, go ahead and roll me athletics with advantage. Ash, roll me an acrobatics check, please. Or athletics. It is contested.
It's gonna be acrobatics.
Yep.
I can't do maths.
Sorry, hold on.
16. That's 9 plus 7, right? Yeah, 16.
Yeah. So I get this is an athletics for grappling, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
which is strength.
Cool. Okay, so that is 17.
17, as this creature and grabs you from behind.
Okay.
You just hear in your ear, hug it out.
You don't hear that at
I like
all.
this guy.
They can't actually talk, but yeah.
No, I like that guy. You
Okay.
can live.
You hear at the end of that round, stop playing, and the lightning and crashes into the ground. Skelly 1, you come back up with half hit
What
points.
did I do?
Ashar, you are currently grappled.
Yeah.
Skelly 1.
It's gonna have to be 2 swipes, isn't it?
Yep.
It's-
So go ahead and roll me with advantage because she's currently grappled.
A natural 20.
I don't
You
think
don't
grappled
have
is,
advantage
twice.
for grapple.
Oh no, you don't have advantage for grappled. You're absolutely right. Apologies.
Okay, I'll re-roll then, because it's fair to not use that natural 20.
Mhm.
That is an 18.
Hits.
Go ahead and roll me some damage.
4.
4 damage.
Hey, 4 points of damage.
Second strike. Is a 16.
Just hits.
Is 4 again.
4 again. Okay.
Hey.
Oh, Jesus.
Ash. It's your turn.
Yeah.
Tell me, in this moment, as Ash is grappled by this creature, in a place unfamiliar to her, being battered and bruised, tell me what's going through Ash's mind right now.
She was kind of just in fight mode until he said stop playing. And the thought that the question she was going to ask comes to her mind. And she just screams out, Michael! And she doesn't know how she did it before, if she did it before. But she's going to literally stop struggling in the grasp of this skeleton, focus on all her ki, and just, she's lost. She has no clue how to go about any of this, but she's just thinking, in the face, surrounded by all this undeath, she's just thinking life. She's just thinking about feathers, about Jove, about Clovis, about Michael, about Azrael, about Banff. Like, she's just focusing.
Yeah, fuck Zayla.
And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And
Okay,
That's fine.
okay,
And
I'm sorry.
She's
done.
and she grabs hold of the hand, like one of the arms that's wrapped around her, and she's almost like she's not giving in, but she's just concentrating on life and the ki that's running through her, and just looks up at the creature.
The entity looks back and nods.
And I'm gonna attempt to like push my key into this creature that's grappling me and just see if I can do anything that way, just focusing on life.
Okay. As you are stood there, these thoughts of friends and loved ones rushing through your mind, the will to survive coursing through your veins, and as you kind of scream Michael out and you're kind of pushing, you just... and you force all this energy breaking out of the grapple. All 6 of your astral arms?
4.
4
It's only
arms?
4. Yeah.
You got 2 and then another 2,
I got
right?
2 and 2, yeah.
Okay, yeah. As you... You are no longer grappled. The mark on your arm starts to... and starts to crackle with energy. It is your turn. You have your action, bonus action, and movement. What do you want to do in this moment?
Fuck. I mean, I want to cast M-Wave, but I can't. I kneel.
Oh, fucking hell, that got a bit... Was not expecting that song. You kneel.
Are they still around me?
Yeah.
And I want to look at each and every one of them and try and see almost if there's some kind of humanity in there, if they really are just these skeletal corpses with like they've literally just been pulled from the ground, or do they resemble anybody? Do they what am I looking at now that I've stopped to look?
You do not see any visage of like life. These are complete skeletal forms, no resemblance of any features at all, hollow carcasses, so to speak, that have been animated by this being that's... I mean, you keep calling it a creature. It's a being.
Sorry, entity.
Yeah, entity, being. I was like, bloody hell, man. As you kind of look, and they are... As you kind of kneel to compose yourself in this final moment, they all start bearing down on you.
I look to my arm and I touch the brand, and I want to attempt to capture that electric energy, that storm energy within, and I want to try and blast it out.
How are you doing that?
I don't fucking know.
What's going through your mind? What are you doing? Not just going, please help me. What are you...
It's basically she's thinking back to what he said about storms and lightning decimating to create and to give life again, and so she's reaching towards her arm and the static and the lightning that she's familiar with at this point, and wants to almost like pull it from her being and wants to cleanse this to make way for more, wait for new.
Hey, as you focus and as these creatures bear down on you, start focusing your energy, and what you have come to know in recent weeks, where this energy crackles over your skin, you start feeling it underneath your skin, down to your fingertips, crackling up the base of your spine, up into the very back of your head and over towards your eyes. And as that energy crackles towards your eyes, you open them, and this bright blue light shines from your eyes as you... And this beam of lightning from the clouds above crashes down into you and then explodes out. These creatures around you are blasted, and just this cacophony of dust and dirt and bone scatter on the ground as you're left kneeling. We are out of combat. Hold on. Second, let me just change the music. There we go.
Good. It seems that you have what it takes. I am pleased. Allow me to bestow this gift on you. But remember, if used for the wrong reasons, it could have devastating consequences. Do you understand?
I understand.
And as you look up towards him, he points a finger towards you, and this bolt of electrical energy flies from the tip of this entity. I nearly called it a creature myself then, because of you. Crashes out of this entity's finger and flies and hurtles towards you and hits the square of your forehead, and this energy races and courses through your body, down your arms until it gets to your wrists, where the energy forms and crackles all over your wrists and down your hands as these gloved braces start to form over your hands, blue in colour, with cloud pattern up from the wrist up the forearm, wraps, the hand wraps of Master Bodhi intertwining with them, turning a deep blue colour down towards the hand, where a crest appears on the back of this glove, a small metal crest with a lightning bolt emblazoned on both fists. You can now add the Stormbringer's braces to your items.
Okay.
You can familiarize yourself with that in a moment, but as these form, you hear,
I must remind you that you are not alone, Ashar. You have always got allies beside you, who support you and who believe in you. You have a duty to them, and to all who depend on you, to use your power for good. There may be times, however, when your power causes destruction. But that is not the end of the story. For where there is destruction, it can lead to creation. And from the ashes of destruction can rise something anew and beautiful. Now go. Your journey is far from over, and the challenges ahead will be great. But with my power at your side, you will have the strength to face them. Remember that storms are a part of nature, and nature is both beautiful and terrible. Embrace both sides, Ashar, and you will find balance and strength.
As he raises his hands up and crashes down as lightning from the clouds above you strikes the ground around you. You feel that ground rumbling beneath your knees as you're stood there. That's where we're going to go for a quick break.
Yay. Makes sense.
So, we're going to just take a quick break there. Guys, we're going to be about 10, 15 minutes, let's call it 15. Go get yourselves a drink, go use the toilet, do all your things. Thank you so much for joining us thus far. We will see you back here in around 15 minutes. Bye.
Well, they sort of talk
Hello,
about leather.
everybody, and thank you so much for joining us again after the break. Wow, that was definitely something, right? That was definitely something. So let's get straight back into the action. Oh, I don't know what's happened, but my computer's just decided to go really slow at the minute.
Oh, fun.
It's causing a tiny bit of lag on stream, just so you're aware.
Yeah, I know. That's my fear. Don't know
Tiny
what.
little lag.
I've got nothing open that could be causing it though. Anyway, so we rejoin the game with Feathers, Jove, Ashar, and Feather, Jove, Michael, Azrael, Clovis in the glade of Alovan. What has happened? Sorry, guys at home. I do apologise, but it's causing lots of lag. I might have to like stop the stream and do something to fix this because it shouldn't be doing this.
It is still lagging. You might want to stop the stream and restart it.
Yeah, I might just do that because this isn't good.
Don't go away. We will be back.
Hey,
We'll be
Jude.
right back. 2 seconds.
Okay, just bear with me just a moment. Yeah, guys, we're getting lots of like technical difficulties. I don't know what's happened, but my computer's took a shit. But now it seems fine. But it was lagging like a. Yeah, I don't know. Right, let's close that. Let's close that because I don't need that anymore. Let's. Frustration. Anyway, let's just kick in. So, in the Glen of Alovan with Feathers, Jove, Michael, and Azrael. Jove, you have taken Ash upstairs, placed her on the bed. She seems, again, still lifeless at the moment. No sign of her waking up anytime soon. You place her on the bed. Is there anything anybody is doing at this point? What are you guys all doing?
So Feathers is just going to sit in the. Is there like a chair or something in the room?
Yeah. There's more than one bed. There's 6 beds in there, so
Right.
there's plenty of space just
down
to.
on the bed next to her, that one that Ash is occupying, and take out some notes and start writing.
Okay, no problem. Jove, what are you doing?
Probably just take the other side of the bed and awkwardly look for something to sit on, figure out the floor is the best place, and just sort of lean like against like a chest of drawers or something, and just sit and wait.
Okay, Michael.
Michael's just going to be downstairs by the table, sort of his sword in the wood flooring and just twirling it around.
Okay, no problem. Clovis, at this point, due to the stress that this has caused, is currently sat at the table with a large glass of wine, just staring at it, drinking it, but not moving his gaze from that, and is just staring into the glass. Azrael, what are you doing?
I did say I was going to be casting Lay on Hands on Michael to get rid of his.
Yep, you've done that some time away, yeah.
So sort of sitting back down, you hear him sort of just mutter to it, not even mutter, just say to no one in particular as he's sitting down, she's gonna be alright, isn't she?
Who the fuck knows?
Well, Naya, as good as she is, hasn't filled me with much confidence. Theory kind of chimes in and goes, well, I certainly hope so. Believe it or not, I thought that we were once really good friends. A lot has happened in the past with me and Ash, but down at the river earlier we seemed to have made amends for that and got ourselves back to, well, our best again. Before she
exploded.
Yeah. Before that, yeah.
Even my magic didn't do anything.
Well, Naya's magic didn't do anything either, but it hasn't stopped her from trying at least, or something.
But this is divine magic. What could block the magic of a god?
A really big hat, says Clovis as he stares into his glass.
That was very Clovis. That was very good.
Why would you get a big hat?
Oh, will you just fucking stop? And Clovis stands up, slams the chair back, grabs his wine, and walks out of the house and slams the door behind him.
Is it just me and Michael?
And Tiri.
And Terry. Forgetting that Terry's there. He's just going to lean into Michael. Did I say something wrong?
I think Clovis is just pissed like the rest of us. I wouldn't say that it was you.
Yeah, what you said earlier. I'm trying.
I know. I just think in situations like this, everybody tends as soon as Ash is back on her feet, we should be fine.
A couple of hours pass. Gets towards the early evening. Is there anything anybody wants to do in particular during this time?
If it's a couple of hours, I will have gone and cast Find Steed.
Okay.
That's what Ash wants to see when she gets up.
Feathers doesn't leave the room.
Course.
Feathers doesn't leave the room. She just she checks on her every now and again, but remains by her side.
Okay.
Jove does very much the same thing, and he can't quite seem to find a good position to sit in. He's sort of kind of like a dog that can't quite find like a good place to just rest himself, and he sort of like leans on the bed, and then he'll stop and he'll pace a bit, and then walk around and.
Yeah. Like the uncomfortableness of the situation kind of leans into your actual physical self, and you're like,
and he's
yeah.
And he's sort of like anyone downstairs will sort of hear every so often like the heavy set of thoughts of like boom, boom, and then more steps, and then quick and slow, all that kind of stuff. And as Feathers and him are just sort of sat there, he just sort of, you ever think we'd get to this place? Us doing this.
You mean in a tree, or
Saving the world, like being, the thing that stops the stuff that kills everyone.
I can put money on that. That has never crossed my mind that I would ever be here, as you said. You?
I always wanted to be. I don't know, you watch everything you know burn to the ground, you kind of want to stop it from happening everywhere, but I was never one for being able to do that in a way people liked, I guess. I don't know, it's hard when you're Me. Us.
I get
Yeah.
that. I mean, you know, I tend to make bad decisions, but I never mean to do bad things. So, I guess I've never thought of myself as one that can be relied on to do the right thing. So, I've never really put myself out there like that. Until now.
I mean, I'm glad you did. I know what I'm like. Trust me, I know what I'm like.
Okay, can we just pause for like 2 seconds?
Yes.
Because I'm gonna stop the stream, change some of the settings, and come back and try and rescale this down to 720. Try and stop this juttering, because I imagine at home people are going berserk because it looks a bit
That's fine.
shocking. So just hold that thought for like 2 seconds, guys. You guys at home, just stay exactly where you are. It'll be back in like 10 seconds or so. So just stay there. Sorry.
My computer is also taking a crap, just so you're aware. I can't open any new tabs. So.
Right. Stop that.